Hello, what is up, people of the internet? So I just want to go back on this new Unifi Protect Zone Firewall zone, should I say? I did a video on it already, but I just want to show you how to actually do a rule and how to allow traffic. So you have this new fancy zone, internal, external, gateway, VPN, and DMZ, and you can create your own one. So I did untrusted, IoT, and trusted. And you have this metric zone. So I'm going to create one now called server for my Proxmox server. So I'm just going to call it server. And we're going to basically allow my trust device to access this server. So I'm going to select my VLAN from my trust server, which is connected secure. Add entry. It's just going to warn you that you're not going to have any rule on this new zone. So if you had before, it won't apply anymore. And then you can see all the zone you have before anyway, the air. And I can see now, by default, I have blocked all traffic, which is good. Actually, that's my IoT one air. So you have to select the zone, which is the source on the left, and then the destination on the top. So you have this matrix air. So you have air, block all traffic, block all trust, any trust, any. So by default on my trust network, everything is blocked. For my IoT, I have issue by my IoT rule, by the way, and I'm going to talk to you in the end of this video, but I have allowed both trust toward IoT. And now we need to do this server one. I'm just going to show you first that I cannot access my Proxmox, so 10.9.8.8, and it's not leading to anything. I'm just going to do a pin as well. So it's 10.9.8.8, and it should be failing. Yeah, so it's not reachable as expected because we didn't create this rule, which is blocked by default. So we're gonna have to create a rule to allow this traffic. So we're gonna select from trust, so trust, and then we're gonna select server, and we're gonna create that rule. So there we go. So it's blocked by default, as you can see, and we're gonna call it trust toward server. And you can go by just allowing some IP or some group. I'm gonna just do the whole network for now. By default, you already have trust because you are already on this zone on the matrix. And you can allow, by default, auto allow return traffic, which is quite good. So it's gonna allow the traffic to talk back to you. And you could, if you want, as well, select a port or an object. Object used to be called a group. So you can select specific port, for instance. In this case, we could only allow 8006, which is Proxmox port. But I'm just not going to bother for now and just going to select everything. And as I say, you have object. So you could create a new one if you wanted to just have a few ports in there. And EP version, I'm gonna have IPv4 and IPv6. Match opposite port would be basically everything else but what you have selected. I'm not gonna do that, obviously, but that is actually very cool. Port any. And you could, if you want, have a syslog login if you have a server for it. And you have a schedule. So if you want to only allow this traffic during office hour, for example, you can do it so by do a custom schedule, So for instance, I'm gonna leave it for always because I just want to always have access to my server from my trust network. But you could, if you wanted, like for example, air, you could set some specific days. So I'm gonna create this rule, and now I should be able to access my server. So if just have this rule showing up here, by the way, trust toward server, all, and I did allow, so that's fine. And now if I go, we're gonna do a pin first. So 10.9.8.8, and it's reaching. So that is working fine. And obviously if I do the web interface, there we go. So I have access to my Proxmox server now. Bear in mind that I have some bug with it. It might be just for me, but I cannot access my IoT network, for instance. So if I go to IoT or trust toward IoT, so you can see there, hold on a sec. Yeah, so trust to IoT is allow, and yet I not have access to it. I did raise a ticket to Ubiquiti, and hopefully I get an answer soon. Or maybe I did something wrong, and with which case, let me know in the comment, because I have no clue what's going on. Just gonna show you my device here, so it's a bit more visible for you. So Home Assistant, which I think is HA. HA is air, so it's 192.168.3.2.3.0. So let's go pin this guy. And I'm gonna do a pin on this one. So yeah. Okay, so it's 192.168.3.230. So if I start now, you see I did have the row, but it's still not reachable. Yeah. I don't know why. So if you know what I'm doing wrong, let me know, please. But I think it's just a bug, and I did raise a ticket. Anyway, I just wanted to show you this thing. I think this new firewall is amazing, really. It's very easy to understand. It took you a while. It took me a while to get to this and to understand properly. But no, I think it's brilliant. You have the matrix, you have the zone, you can do as you want. You have very different rules that you can set up, and it's actually much easier to read, all right. I was a bit skeptical at the beginning, but I can see now as easier it is. And you can create different zones, as you can see. You can manage them. You can, for instance, allow some traffic going to one zone and not zone one, and you can do very control and granular things. That's what you Ubiquiti expected, and that means that's why we come up with this. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope it can be a bit handy for you or whatever. Let me know in the comment if you're gonna switch to this new firewall, if you did already, and what you think about it. And see you on the next one. Bye, guys.